Happy Rapture, everyone. Welcome to the Global Shift Forecast for tonight. My name is Ruth, and we are doing the Global Shift Forecast. Is the 3 to 5D shift happening? Welcome in, welcome in. My light just went out. Very interesting. People's lights are going out. And certain lights are being lit. That's a sign. I've never had trouble with my candle before. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Richard. How are you? We are doing one of the last Ascension forecasts for about a week. Don't worry, I'll be back in July. But for this Ascension forecast, we have some fascinating visions that I've seen, some alternate universes coming through, as well as we're going to be asking Spirit, what about the solar flares, the solar flashes? How have you been feeling? We have just had 2 or 3 solar flares in the last few days. This is June the 18th. And I don't know about you, but I have had tremendous energy. I used to get very, very exhausted when I had solar flares. And now in 2025, I'm getting a lot of energy. However, I've been feeling, and with some of the intuitives that I've been consulting, there's also some snakes in the horizon. There's some alternate universes trying to hijack the timeline. So we're going to take a look at that. But first, I want to give everyone a chance to get on here, and we'll do the quick updates here. If you're watching on Rumble, thank you very much. And if you want to ask questions, go to the YouTube link in the description box. I will not be doing private readings from now until the end of June, actually. So I'm going to be putting private readings on hold. But my membership replays are still there if you're interested in supporting me. I do have a lot of membership videos on the replay. Now, I am not going to be doing videos for at least the next week. I was really hoping to get some stuff pre-recorded, but there was this underlying nagging, this underlying quiet voice, I should say, that said, pull your energy back, because when you come back, your energy is going to just boost your channel, but you've got to be able to let it go in order to come back and do that fresh start. So I will not be live. I believe it's July 1st or July 2nd. It's the Wednesday in July is when I will be doing the next forecast. But don't worry, this forecast is going to be a doozy. I'm going to redo the thumbnail for this forecast. This is what I'm going to do. Because there are alternate universes and alternate realities, some good and some not very good at all, trying to bleed into our earthly realm and take the timeline. And some of the energies are absolutely stunning. I mean, the kind of sparkling type of iridescent, silver, electric, neon colors in some of my visions, like above the archangels, and I'll explain that in a bit. And then there's also been the snakes. There's been some reptilians in my dreams, horror dreams that I've had, and my friend has been seeing snakes out of her peripheral vision, and I've just seen some lizards this week. What are these alternate realities? We're going to take a look at it here. All right. So yes, welcome in everybody. Come on in. I have this is the last chance to support me. If you wish to support my trip, give me some extra spending money. You can see the Cashapp, the Venmo, and the PayPal all there. But many of you have already supported this trip for me. And I just want to say thank you to you, because I'm doing this trip because of you all. So thank you very much. For those of you who are not members or are not connected to me outside this YouTube channel, I highly suggest signing up for my newsletter. It's completely free. Go to my website. It's in the description box and in the chat. www.violetflame.violetflame.net. And if you scroll from the home page all the way down to this little newsletter thing right here, not only will you get this PDF special free download, 6 steps to activate your intuition daily, but you will also get updates every time I go live. And you will be able to see I'm going live this day and this is the topic. So you'll be on my newsletter, among other things there. All right, let's get started. We're doing some sensitive topics today, alternate timelines. So I want to start with this beautiful invocation that Richard sent me. Thank you so much. I am dedicating myself to Ascension, to dedicating this YouTube channel to the global shift to light. And I want to do this right. And so I'm going to be starting off my channel with an invocation that actually targets anything negative that would come against us and set a sacred space that we might do it in light. So here it is. Let's get started, and then stay tuned for the end. We have unicorns and snakes on the horizon. Let's go. All beings, light forms, thought forms, entities, assemblages, technologies, beingness, awareness, and all else that exists that do not have our highest interest or the highest interest of all life everywhere, and are not in the highest service to the one true and only living God of all creation, the I am, in thought, form, mind, action, deed, word, and in all ways, and all artificial intelligences and artificial light forms and the technologies they use, such as smart dust, nanodust, black goo, graphenes, algorithms, operating systems, thought forms, and all other artificial life, and all else that is not created by the one true living God, I am, I demand all to leave our mind, spirit, bodies, soul, and all that we are on all dimensions, densities, levels, and locations, now and forever, and never return. Then I want to skip down to the last paragraph. All emptiness, holes, vacancies, rips, tears, and injuries from this invocation, contract negation, and removal of artificial intelligences are now to be filled with the divine light of the Holy Spirit, the word of the one true living God, the I am, and the healing and compassion of his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. All protections and all of this invocation are asked for in the name and authority of the one true living God, of all compassion, love, light, and creation. I am in his holy Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. It is said, now it is done, and it is sealed now and for all time, and for everyone who desires it listening on this channel. It is finished. Beautiful. Hello, Marie. Hello. Welcome in. Okay, this is the real thumbnail I'm going to update. Unicorns and snakes. Has the 5D shift begun? Why did I change the thumbnail? Number one, I have been feeling alternative realities creeping in, and some of them are heavenly, like beyond divine. Let me explain to you what I got in a meditation. I went into a meditation, and I have like a pyramid that I sit under, and it's a pyramid set to the ancient Egyptian architecture. Okay. And every time I do a live, I go and I sit there and I expand the light of God round about me so that I am clean and pure to do a tarot reading. This time, the meditation brought in this iridescent dragon energy, and it's a good dragon. Like, it is like the beautiful silver scales, metallic, shining in the sun. There was blue and pink, very fairy tale-ish, and the light was like water that just swirls around, cascades of light. It reminded me of the presence of the Elohim of lights. Now, I'm not talking about the Elohim of Anunnakis. This is the Elohim that is the source consciousness that creates colors. It's the Elohim of the architects that form the elementals that build the earth. So basically, it's the fathers and mothers of fairies and light. And every archangel or every angel and every animal and every human being is connected to one of the Elohims, which is the rainbow of light. They're like the ascended elementals, unicorns, the dragons of light. And I could see the archangels like flying through the light. And I've heard from archangel experts that archangels come to you when they're called upon, and then they go back to the light to be recharged, and then they come back down. While our spirit guides are always around us, our ancestors of light or our contracted guardian angels, they're always around us, always protecting us, always giving us guidance, trying to connect us to our higher self. But the archangels and the forces of light that work with the archangels go into source to recharge for better. So that was the energy I was getting. It was so lovely, so beautiful. And I heard the words, connect to pleasure, connect to what brings you love and absolute joy, self-pleasure, ecstasy, anything that connects you in true, authentic, natural, of course, natural, nothing that goes into hijacking somebody on a video, nothing that goes into drugs or alcohol, nothing that goes into an addiction of any sort. But it might be your favorite ice cream, it might be taking a salt bath, it might be just giving yourself that hug that you need. Going into wholesome, beautiful pleasure brings that realm to you. But the other realm that I've been feeling, and I think it was connected to my extreme stomach aches. Now, my stomach aches, I had no immune response, no headache, no sore throat, nothing except extreme constipation and pain. Like, it was so painful, I could barely walk this week. And I've been feeling like this is a collective energy, maybe connected to the WARs, across the world and all that negative stuff, the energies of pain and suffering. But then I had a dream. And in my dream 2 nights ago, two blood-sucking snakes got loose in a house, and me and 2 friends, I don't know who they were, but me and 2 friends went to catch them because these snakes could literally suck people's blood from a distance. And I saw it so vividly. And it was like a stream of, and they would just go and they would just open their mouth, and the stream of blood about 10 feet long, almost like a blood clot, they'd suck it into their mouth. These snakes were more dangerous than any venomous snake because what they could do was at a distance. And I went back to get something because we needed some wisdom on how to handle these snakes. But my other 2 friends were fearless and went. Now, my friends, I think, represent spirit guides to me. They're always more fearless than me in my dreams. And so these 2 went after the snakes. So I like to think it's like those more masculine protecting angels that are like, let's go get this. And I'm like, wait, this is dangerous. We might get our blood sucked. And I woke up. It bothered me. And then I told one of my friends, and she says, Ruth, I have been seeing snakes out of my peripheral vision, and I thought I was going paranoid. I've also seen several lizards crawling around. Now, do I think that this is all something to be afraid of? No, but I do want to ask Spirit about alternate universes and realms. We have been wondering if maybe some of the vampiric energies from the R group of people, like lizard people, have been maybe trying to capture the timeline. In my last video about the Iran and Israeli war, I saw the timeline of a dystopian timeline blend into this timeline. So I'm wondering if that's the hijacking of the R people that ends in Ilian, trying to blend that timeline, and some of us light people are feeling the effects of that timeline coming in. It's like like, will you come and join World War III? No, we do not consent to any conflict of such sort. But so anyway, if you watching or you're on the replay and you've been feeling this kind of ascension symptom, anything with lizards, snakes, or extra tired, oh my goodness, I just wanted to sleep, stomach problems, health problems. Oh, and my friend that was seeing snakes at a peripheral, she was having stomach problems too. And I'm going to be very honest with you. The whole time, it lasted for about 5 to 6 days where the stomach, and it felt like right underneath my belly button, I had a giant parasite, like a living giant worm. And the only thing that helped my stomach is I said, well, I kept ignoring that thought that this is a parasite coming out. I don't know if it was, but I went and I got oregano essential oil and I put it over my stomach, and that's the only thing that began healing me, because oregano oil will kill parasites. Oregano, basil, anything like that, or any essential oil that you have. And so I began drinking ginger types of tea, chai tea, ginger tea, and putting essential oils on my stomach. And it was nonstop until I finally said, well, if my mind is saying this is a parasite or a reptilian type of astral being that's being interpreted from my stomach, then I'm going after it. And that's how you all need to be. Don't ignore your ascension symptoms or those thoughts in your mind that says, is this something otherworldly? Because I think the other worlds are starting to bleed into our reality. Whether it's unicorns and fairies of light, or whether it's this dystopian timeline, we are the spiritual warriors, and we are the ones, you are the one holding that reality of light for everyone you're connected to. All right, let's get started. Spirit, I want to ask about the ascension process, and I want to ask, Spirit, are universes or other worlds or realms closer than ever before? What is happening between the universes, other worlds, and other realms? What can you tell us? And don't worry, we're going to get into more specific ascension details. We have the Seven of Cups, which is chaos, confusion, and multiple realities. I'm hearing the words multiple reality, multiple options, multiple choices, multiple realities. Look how she has so many options to choose from, some good and some bad. That's confirmation that there's at least different kinds of energies that are bombarding us. Spirit, what can you tell us about the universe, other worlds? Okay, something is going on in the collective. 10 of Pentacles. All these pentacles represent civilizations, societies, groups of people. We have here Queen of Pentacles. I'm seeing stomach. This is the mother energy. This is the nurture. This is health energy. The collective's health. Now, past, what's been triggering this is disclosure, truth. And I'm hearing the words, the veil is being ripped. The sword is representing ripping the veil. It's like I hear a big tear. The veil is being ripped open. Four of Swords. It's hidden. It's astral. It's in the atmosphere. It is something that we cannot see. And it is a major release and a major cleanse for our current reality. Okay, so I wasn't quite accurate in my intuition. I thought maybe the timeline's trying to come in and bleed it out. This is a ridding of that old timeline. Ooh, it's like that old timeline is being ripped and thrown away. I'm hearing the words never to return. This is a major tearing of our reality so that the dystopian timeline cannot ever gain access to us of light. This is a massive cleansing of the plans. I'm hearing the words of the plans of the devil, of the plans of evil. The dystopian, this is a massive ending to the dystopian timeline. Spirit, what can you tell us about this cleanse and this rip? I'm seeing like a vortex, like a whoosh, like something just going into like a hole or a black hole. Richard says, I use oregano tooth powder to clean my teeth. Works great. Oh, wow. Wow. I should try that. I use a I think it's a peppermint fluoride free toothpaste. But oregano is powerful, extremely antiseptic. Spirit, what can you tell us more about this major antiseptic coming to our timeline? The Hierophant, the institution of the matrix, the dark elite, the manipulation, the control. I'm hearing egotism, egotistic, narcissistic, vampire. Yep, that's the blood sucking. And I'm seeing like the vortex of energy. It's like a black hole. It must be that black goo that Gene Decode talks about. It's like a vortex of blackness that just, it's like a vacuum and it sucks on things. Yeah, this is what's being cleansed. It's being stripped of its power, stripped of its energetic force, and stripped of its authority. That wand there is making me think of its authority on Earth. So is this a timeline patching by the Galactics? Who's doing this? Who's doing this massive shift in our reality? I want 3 cards from this and then that other deck as well. Who's doing this massive shift? Oh, wow. Okay. So we're getting the feminine energies, the feminine goddess ascended energies. I'm seeing Black Moon Lilith, Mary Magdalene, Mary, the feminine mother energies. And it's interesting because in the mysteries of esotericism, feminines have the ability to absorb darkness and alchemize it. So it only makes sense that this Queen of Cups here is absorbing all the motions. Here we have the protection energy, and on the other side, the stress energy. So there's some major ascended beings that are working with the light that are sort of like standing in the gap between humanity to just hold space, to hold back that forces of dark and push it out into its own black hole. And it's almost like it's going kicking and screaming, just like the snakes are showing themselves in our reality or in our dreams. Also, the conflicts in the Middle East are showing up in the physical realm. It's like a massive cleanse, but it gets dirty before it gets better. These are the mind traps. So this is not, this energy is in the mind. It's in our mental space. So it's in that astral part of our energy field that holds our mind space and our emotion space. All the vampiric energies from entities that were drinking, sucking the blood, sucking the energy off of us. It's Judgment Day. That's the judgment for those entities. The vampiric energies that do not have their own life source, but are hosts. Look how it's an astral being, a person of air, ready to chop off the other man's head, but he's nothing but a ghost. It's the astral beings that do not have their own energy that have been in our energy field, leeching off of our energy, for lack of a better word. Okay, so that's the conflict going on. There's actual astral entities being kicked out of our reality, and there's also the timeline, the dystopian timeline, being closed and stamped shut. The bottomless pit is being closed. All of its creatures are being thrown back to their own world, and the bottomless pit is being closed. My God. Woo! Yeah, Judgment Day. Judgment Day on the forces of manipulation that have been controlling our matrix from a spiritual reality and an energetic plane. Okay, so let's go ahead now and ask about the shift. This is obviously going to create a massive worldwide shift for us. To have the help of ascended beings and angels closing timelines and ridding our energy fields of vampiric energy is going to free us. It's going to free us to simply look at this. The card that fell out was Ace of Cups. We're going to have a brand new energy. We're going to have brand new, the source we get from the sun and from Christ's energy within us is going to be ours to stay and for us to manifest our reality, for us to grow our own businesses, our own wealth, our own families, our own abundance, our own freedom, our own sovereignty, our own economies. It's not going to be leached. We can overflow and we can have cups of overflowing because these vampiric energies are being judged and they're being sent home. Sent home. And I'm thinking of the words Jesus used when he walked on earth. Go back to the abyss. He would command demons to go to the abyss. And they would scream and cry and say, don't send me back to the abyss. No, no, no. He would send them back to the black hole or that void where they had to stay without light until they chose the light. All right. Spirit of light. Elohim's archangels and Palladians of light. Thank you for your support to this earth. Woo! Thank you for your support. What can you tell us about the 3 to 5D shift? Are we going through it? What does it look like as it stands today on June 18th and throughout the next week? Tell us. What can you tell us, Spirit? The whole earth. 10 of Pentacles. I hear the words, the whole earth. And I have hidden energy or mental clarity on the astral realm. This is meditation energy of gaining higher knowledge through quietness and peace. The whole world is going through a massive stillness. It's like how do I explain this, Spirit? I'm hearing the words, it is you and you alone, and nobody else can do this but you. It's like everybody's higher self is coming to a day of reckoning and is being faced with decisions. The whole collective, every single person, every single human, I should say, every single human on this planet is like connecting in the astral realm with their higher self and their guides and source and being given what? Being given what? A choice. 2 Pentacles. I'm getting huge rapture vibes. King of Wands, passion. That's their higher self, their true desires, their true intentions. This is a day of reckoning, not just for evil astral entities, but for humanity. What are your intentions moving forward? Your intentions are being written in a book, and your book is being locked in, and you're being set on the path of your intentions, and every human will choose. So tell us, and we will write it down. What is your intention for the future? It's like I'm seeing a guide or an angel writing something and waiting, going to each person. What is your intention? What is your vibration? And it's like giving every person a choice. High Priestess, spirituality. It's a spiritual choice, an energetic choice. It's a choice of their higher self. And it's a choice of, see these 2 pillars, light and dark. The High Priestess can be highly spiritual and of the light, or she can be a witch. And I mean that in the negative sense of the word. She can be a devil. She can be a sorceress, or she can be the Oracle of Delphi. She can be the Mary Magdalene and the Mother Isis. She can be the Joan of Arc. She can be the Oracle of your life, and or she can be the sorceress. And so this is like the choice of ultimate spirituality for humanity. And even if they don't fully understand it, their subconscious does. Their subconscious does. This is a highly soul level decision here. The choice is yours. I hear the words, the choice is yours. Is this part of the rapture? Is this the beginning? Many people will feel conflict in their lives. A lot of conflict, mental conflict, choices. They'll be facing choices in the next week, or have been facing choices in the weeks up till now. And they will have been, well, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do that? And it's sort of like the energy of even the world conflicts. Do I support? Do I not support? Do I fight for, is this fighting for good, or is this actually part of the evil? It's that mental trauma of trying to make the right choice. And if people are actually in that confusion stage, trying to make the right choice, more than likely, they will. They will, but they will feel a lot of mental conflict. They will feel a lot of lack. They will be faced with their shortcomings. They will be faced with what's not right in their life. This could be a lack of money for some, a lack of relationships, a lack of health. It's going to highlight a lack, and then they're going to have to choose. No matter what, I choose the light. No matter what, I'm going to choose to keep fighting for my health. No matter what, I'm going to choose to fighting for that manifestation of goodness and abundance in my life. No matter what lack I am facing, I'm choosing the light. This is going to put them on an energetic path that is going to speed up their manifestation, speed up their choices, and it's going to, I'm hearing the words instant karma. And I'm seeing about 80% of the people we know now possibly will make it, except NPCs, except any kind of R people that have non-source consciousness, life force. Any kind of clone or robot or NPC where they're not fully a soul. I don't believe they're not going to make it. But those with true intentions will, and it will propel them forward into this timeline, as well as propel the timeline. Calamity Jane says, hope this new energy doesn't cause headaches. I agree. Let's go ahead. We're definitely going to be looking at the solar flares and what to expect in our life. Let me see what else I have here. For those of you jumping on, I will not be live in the next week or so. I believe the next one is going to be July. It's the Wednesday in July. The first Wednesday in July is my next, July 2nd. I'll be doing my next forecast. I'll be going to my trip. Thank you to everyone who supported me, bought readings and purchased readings. I won't be available for readings in the next week, but you can go to my website and sign up to my free newsletter or my membership, and there you can get the information for my next live. I'll send that out there. Okay, before we get to the solar flares and what kind of effects we will have, I want to ask, are people being left behind, and what does that look like? Are people going to be left behind in this shift? There's a major shift happening in the astral realm with entities and vampiric energies, number one. Number two, there's a major shift happening in our choices. We're making huge choices in these past few days on the soul level. We're also having a lot of our own crap, a lot of our own difficulties coming to the forefront, sort of as a test. But are people going to be left behind? What does that look like? Interesting. Only those who reject the offer. We have the offer card coming up upside down. And then only those who chose with their full consciousness to actually reject the light. Those who consciously choose to reject light will be left behind in some way. We'll find out what that is. We have the Four of Earth. This is Earth's ley lines, her grid energy, her myriads of energy traveling through the earth. I saw the most amazing read by Tarot by Isabel on YouTube. You can check out her latest video. She saw with the crystal ball that the crystals of Earth, here's citrine, okay? Get this. If you like gemstones and crystals or metals, okay? The crystals of Earth with these latest solar flares are being activated throughout the entire world, and it's creating a grid of energy round about the earth, not just ley lines, but the stones are connecting to each other. And it's going to produce an energetic grid, she said, that actually vibrates around the whole world, and it begins collapsing in people of low and negative vibrations, like the evil, I hate you kind of people. I'm definitely seeing a grid of some sort. I'm seeing an energetic grid. I'm seeing ley lines. I'm seeing the summer solstice. If you're led to do something with crystals or rocks or outdoors in nature during the summer solstice, something with the ley lines is going to affect those who refuse the light. Not the babies, not the ones who, I don't know, anything about God, not the ones who have no clue about spirituality. That's not them. This is those who have been consciously given a choice by their guides, and they said, nope, we don't want it. They are going to be left behind. And I'm seeing all those that commit those major crimes that I don't want to share on YouTube, the M word, the P word, and that would still actively do that kind of work, would continue to hurt people in any kind of way without remorse. The psychopath, definitely that kind of people. Those that can abuse people and don't feel checked. Those that can physically hurt another person and do it repeatedly. Those that don't try to improve themselves in any way. That's those who truly make a choice. I do not want to improve myself. Those people will somehow be affected by the energy activation of Earth's grid. We have the Lover's card, a major choice point. Once again, we have the light and the dark overseen by the angelic guides. Interesting, that's the wrong deck, but I'm being called to pull it. Okay, we have the Four of Wands in this deck and the Four of Wands here. So this is high vibration earth energy that connects you to your abundance. It's being activated, and the people who made a choice will be affected. There will be a deep internal cleanse or external cleanse of this kind of mindset where I can keep hurting people and get away with it. Okay. What does it look like for them to be left behind? I'm hearing the words, they're going to be attacked by Earth. They're going to be attacked by this energetic grid or these activated ley lines, not because the Earth is actively attacking them, but because light automatically chases darkness. Frequencies override frequencies. Energies face off with energies. Light is stronger than darkness. Love is stronger than hate. Spirit, what will it look like for these people to be, quote unquote, left behind? Codependency. Portals. And leaving. Okay, here's the leaving card. Look how he's headed off into the moon. He's ignoring his 8 cups and he's going in search of something else. He's going to learn other lessons. This 2 of Wands has me puzzled because this is the portal card, this Stargate card, entering another reality. This is the 2 Earth split. This is the lower 3D. And then we have here the 2 split again. This is the 2 Earths, 2 side by side. And I'm also seeing a breaking of codependency. You will be free if anyone's attached to you and they've not made the right choice. You will be free. Okay. But they're going to be somehow pushed into another vibration, another time. What is this? Is this another reality, spirit? Another realm? So they're going to be going for healing and for alchemy. I'm not getting death. This is almost like a zone of healing, a zone of, it is that 2 again. The 2. Spirit's like, how many 2s do I need to give you? Page of Fire, Queen of Cups, 6 of Wands. So it's all energetic, but it is a separation. I'm seeing a watery realm, or it's definitely a realm of healing. A veil of some sort. It's like they're being pushed beyond a veil. Yeah, the 6 of Wands would represent the veil or the victory, and this is an energetic frequency. So it's almost like Earth goes to a whole new frequency, and those who've not chosen to come with us, we see it as they disappear into the mist, like the Chronicles of Narnia, and you walk through the wardrobe and you enter the new snow-clad woodland, and it's a brand new world, and the old world's through the wardrobe. Or you're walking through a forest and it's dark and damp, but you go through the mist and it's a waterfall and it's cascading mountains and parrots and unicorns and fairyland, but behind you is the mist, and all those vampire orgs, or what are they called, ogres and monsters, they just fade into the mist. That's kind of how I'm seeing this rapture. It's frequency, it's energetic, and I guess the best way to call it is like a mist. A mist. The people that will be left behind are just going to fade from our frequency. Very, very interesting. Hi, Shauna. Oh, my word, Shauna. We have so much that we've been going through. You definitely have to catch the beginning where I talked about my vision with the snakes and the alternate universes. And we also looked at the realm of our kind of alien people being forced from our reality, vampires being forced from our reality. And the major shift happening 3D to 5D is just a major choice point for humanity. The people who will be left behind, Spirit says, are those who've actively chosen not to choose the light. They've actually made a choice point from this light. They've actually said, we will not improve ourselves. We will keep hurting people. We will keep destroying our bodies. We will keep destroying the earth. We will not ascend. And yes, like you said, they will disappear from our frequency, and it's just like a mist, and we will ascend into a new frequency. Richard says it could be the ships that Ishmael talks of, maybe a restoration action. Yeah, and it could be some sort of shield, like that energetic shield as well. I'm not sure what that means, but some sort of grid being placed over us. and then the others being pushed into that reality. And the others being pushed into that reality. Okay. So let's ask this, because I know it's on everyone's mind. It is a 2 or a split of some sort, but it's very energetic. Can we bring our loved ones? Who can we bring with us? Can we bring our loved ones, our pets, our children? Who can we bring with us? Can we choose who comes with us? For example, if I want to bring my mom, who doesn't think, I'm right for doing tarot, can I still choose for her to come with me? She's like, oh my goodness, no, don't cast out demons. It's demonic to cast out demons. It's just what we were taught from our religious heritage. Some people were taught not to do anything like that. But, can people with other beliefs come with us? Can people with other positions? Can people in religion? Can people in atheism? Can people... Can the Amish come? Can our less ascended brother or sister come? Okay. I hear the word, they've been doing at least a little bit of work. At least a little bit of work. And I'm thinking of the example of my mom, who has a totally different viewpoint than I do. But she still reads her Bible and she prays every day. And her intentions are to follow God with all her heart. And Spirit says, they're doing some kind of work. They're doing some kind of health practice, even if it is, today I'm not going to eat 2 slices of cake. I need to take care of my health. Or it's going to be of, you know what, I've been working all day, but I'm going to choose to sit and spend a little bit of time with my family. They might not be spiritual, but they're choosing to do those little choices every day to make the right decision. I really don't want to go out, but my kids want me to go out and play ball with them. Fine, I'll go out and play ball with my kids for 15 minutes, even though I'm tired. That kind of choice doesn't have to be super spiritual. Page of Pentacles, slow but sure movement forward. Those are the people we can bring with us. We have some sort of spiritual ability. Here's the High Priestess, to actually bring them with us. Look how this High Priestess, these 2 cards come together in my card spread. She is a spiritual, wise person connected to the divine, and she is rising above the struggle. And I'm getting the image of she's helping this person, the baby spiritual person, the person who barely knows how to do spiritual work. Doesn't know anything about spirituality, but is making right choices. She's raising them up. She's raising them up out of the conflict. This is very positive. Planting seeds of hope. Very interesting. He's got his shovel and he's planted the seeds. All they needed to have done was to make a few good choices in this lifetime and to set small seeds of intention. If they have the smallest seed of intention to do what's right, I have the most positive encouragement with me, a very good feeling they will be okay. I'm hearing the words, what you think is progress is not always what you think needs to be progress is not always the measure of progress from Spirit. So what we think they should be progressed here. My mom should know by now, about tarot is actually in the Bible as casting of lots. But Spirit says your measure of progress is not our measure. They might have come up here and that's all they contracted to learn in this lifetime, to do one thing. My mom left a codependent relationship. That could be her only thing. The only thing she needed to do to say, you know what? I don't know why, but I can't stay here any longer. I don't believe in divorce, but I can't stay here any longer. So I'm going to leave, and I'm still dealing with my grief. And if I did the right thing, and I think, well, she should agree with me in this. And I explained this. And why is she so upset with me about this? And Spirit's like, what you think is progress is not Spirit's level. Spirit sees things different. And Spirit, their guides and source, is not human. It's not human. One psychic today, Shauna said that a comet or an asteroid is on the way to Earth. I wonder if something like this also coincides with the rapture. Yes, and we oftentimes see stars as being realms. So is there a realm coming to Earth? Is there people coming to Earth, but the telescope is seeing it in the 3D form like an asteroid? Like, what's coming to Earth? Richard says, in their heart, the energy is innocent, pure, so they ascend. Exactly. Shauna says, Cab, the Pleiadian messages, says that after the main shift, aka Ascension, happens, members of the Galactic Federation will remain with those in low vibration, old world to help them ascend. That was the energy of the angel with the healing vials of water, and the energy of the mother holding the vial of water, that they're going to be supported. That resonates with me. Richard says, Ishmael has the person just needs to be more than 50% good. That's good. That means you can be 50% bad or 49% bad. Thank you that our source is not human like us, where we think we have to be 99% good to make it. I'm just so happy. Can we ask Spirit about the comet and the asteroid? Yes. I want to ask about the comet and the asteroid, and I also want to ask about the solar flares. And I think there is a previous question up here about solar flares. So we're going to do them first. I think one of you asked about the solar flares. Anyway, I lost the message. All right. So we've been going through the solar flares right now. There's several hitting Earth right now, like as the making of this video at 9 o'clock, June 18th. This has been happening for like a few days around us. Okay. I used to get very tired with the solar flares. In 2023 and 2024, I dreaded them. Anything with the Schumann resonance, I would get laid up in bed, and a lot of my friends, we would get exhausted, headaches, ear ringing. The Schumann resonance was a lot, as well as the solar flares. But in 2025, the amount of energy I feel, as you can tell, I'm like talking a million miles a minute. The amount of energy I feel is so beautiful. So I asked my friend today, and she too was feeling better because we'd been going through those stomach bugs for the last 5 days, and it was horrible. She was seeing the snakes out of her eyes. I had that bad snake dream that I could not get out of my mind. And it was like, is there our energy, our alien energy floating around? We were really concerned. And then the solar flares began hitting, and it was like, whoosh, we felt so much better. So tell me if any of you are feeling any bad effects or good effects, if you're feeling good from this energy. However, every person's unique. Sometimes the solar flares, if I have something that I need to sleep, it'll put me to sleep, or I won't feel good. So don't feel bad if you do get negative effects. It's upgrading you. I'm just really hoping that these solar flares are going to positively help the collective of light and negatively affect the forces of darkness. So let's go ahead and ask about solar flares, and then we'll ask about this comet. Thank you, spirits of light, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the archangels, the galactics of light, for our best and highest good, the Elohim of the architects, of the fairies, and the light beams of earth. What is happening with the solar flares? What is happening with the solar flares? tremendous healing, and some chaotic energies. Okay, let me show you here. So the past, the overarching and the past energy is once again this Temperance card, which is the angels providing support. This is the energy from the sun. Temperance represents Sagittarius, which represents Jupiter energy or Christ energy coming from the sun. There's also tremendous healing. The Temperance always means angelic friends, galactic friends as well. However, the earth is feeling the chaos, the choices, the up and down energy. The energy surrounding us right now is portal energy and disclosure. So spiritually, it is the veil. The veil is thinning. Spiritually, that's the other realm. Spiritually, we can see and know things better, and clarity is coming in, as well as disclosure on many different levels. And I don't want to go into economics and politics, but it's there. But this is also clarity for us to see our future, to see where we truly want to set our intentions, to see what our higher self is saying. These solar flares are bringing in a kind of portal type of Stargate energy that connects us to our higher self. And then we have another ace. This is coming about a week from now. Tremendous new beginning, emotional, fresh start energy. Cleansing. Picture yourself taking that breath of fresh air after a rainstorm, and there's a rainbow in the sky, and the leaves are still dripping some water, but the butterflies are flying, and the water's trickling in the street, and you just breathe in that fresh Maine air. Okay. Oh, yeah, I love the state of Maine after a rainstorm. Oh, you breathe in that fresh, crisp air, and it's so clean. And it's like the whole earth is brand new. These solar flares are bringing in some new beginnings in many different areas. Many. Emotionally and truthfully with clarity. Watch out, world. Watch out. If you've not cleaned your closet, Dark Elite, your closet will be cleaned for you. Watch out, Wall Street. Watch out, C3 letter 8. Watch out, intelligence agencies, because your bottom desk
alert
drawer
from updates available.
Is alert from the updates. We have some updates coming in, and your bottom desk drawer is about to get cleaned out. Whatever you've stashed in your closet, we've got some disclosure and truth coming in. And for those of us who've been working on ourselves, some brand new, fresh energy. Okay, that's what the solar flares are bringing. Shauna says, I may have missed this already, but did you ask about the timeline for all of this happening? We're asking right now what's happening right now. And yes, at the beginning of this video, what's happening with the timeline is there's a major cleanse of the old timeline happening right now. It's like the Galactics are shutting the door to an old timeline, and so people are being given a choice. But the vampiric energies it's their judgment day. It's like a day of reckoning with vampiric energies and evil entities and people who will not choose. But no, I've not been given. So that's what's happening right now. This is all happening right now or within a week. Within a week. That was what I did. We can continue on and see what's happening or how the timeline will shift. Okay, let's go ahead now and ask about your asteroid. Let me read your comments first. I wonder what geography will be like in the new world. Will we be thousands of miles from our loved ones currently in Europe? Will geography look the same? Travel happen the same way or there? I'm wondering. We'll definitely have to do a new Earth. I'm seeing the Spirit says you'll have to tap into the energy of at least like a year from now, 10 years from now. Because the Earth is just changing her frequency. It's like I see her ley lines just getting a grid. And that's what I think you missed too, is the grid is activating on Earth and it's changing the entire frequency of Earth. And so she's just kind of like going up into a mist. So I think right now, at least within the next few weeks, we're still going to have the same geography. Richard says, could the snake energy visions be this woven weave of one timeline or other, aka choice to hold, let go, like you got before moving your hands like a snake moves? Yes. Yeah, the choice, what kind of energies we're going to be facing. You know, are we going out to the old negative timeline, the choice, or are we going to shed our skin and go to a new timeline? Snakes do represent shedding the skin, the woven, the weave of one timeline to another. I want to welcome everyone that's on this chat today. Yes, maybe that invocation is working. Bring in the people of light. If you're here, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I am going to be going live. My next live is going to be July 22nd. I'm going on vacation. You can also find me on my website and sign up to my newsletter right here. My newsletter with www.violetflame.net. I have private readings. They won't be available until I come back. I have my membership channel here where we actually go into more rabbit hole situations. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then we also have let me just go back to the old one, newsletter where you can get all my videos and the timestamps when I go live. So thank you for being here, every one of you. I appreciate it. All right, now let's go ahead and ask about this asteroid. Thank you to every one of you who purchase readings from me, who support me, send me gifts. I cannot do this vacation without you. And so I will definitely be thinking of you and taking pictures as well. So thank you, thank you. It's on what Rachel Helen Davis, she's the lady in the UK. She's doing the retreat. She says it's the dragon ley lines with Archangel Michael and Mother Mary energy. We will be activating that ley line in Cornwall, England, on the coast. And every morning we will be riding horses in the sea, in the ocean, doing yoga on the beach and riding horses in the ocean. I'm going to wear a wetsuit for the first time. And yeah, I think every morning the guide is going to saddle up the horses and we're actually going to ride in the water. So this will be epic. So thank you to you all for your support and for just being here, every single one of you. Together in light, we will rise. Together in light, we make this planet a better place. Whether you're sitting in your backyard or whether you're doing your daily work, our light shines so bright. This world will ascend, and we will lead the way. Spirit, what can you tell us about this asteroid coming in? Is it a realm, a planet, a person? Is it a ball of fire? Is it a ball of earth? What do we need to know? Okay, we have here we have some help for humanity on the wings of our future selves. This is white hats. This is higher selves. This is future humanity. This is galactic help, but ascended master help more so, which would make sense because a star would be a realm of light like the Pleiadians or a group of stars. The archangels have their realms. The Arcturians have their realms, their star realms, Orion belt, the star. But this is like the ascended masters, which would come on like an asteroid or a comet or just different. We have help for humanity. Help for humanity, spirit. Justice. Woo! A little bit of confusion again. They're coming to wreak some havoc in our world. They're coming to make something leave or someone leave. This is help coming to help humanity, to stir the pot. This is very emotional. This is not just energetic. And I'm not getting just 3D either. This is not just a 3D ball of earth coming at us, a ball of ice or fire. This is representing some sort of future or ascended humanity, possibly ascended saints. I'm getting white horse energy, riding in on a white. I'm getting Jesus energy. Oh my goodness, I'm getting Jesus Christ coming back. And I don't mean that in the traditional sense. I'm saying spiritually, Jesus, the ascended human. I'm getting like a King Arthur type of energy, saint, the prophets of old. Okay. The Marys, the Mary Magdalene, the Joan of Arcs. They're coming in with truth. They're coming in with justice. They're coming in with Excalibur, the sword. They're coming in under the auspices of Pallas Athena and Astrea. And there's one more. A Pallas Athena, Astrea. There's another one. There's another one. Justice. Cleopatra, could be Cleopatra, but someone like that on the sword of truth. What are they coming to rid the earth of? Okay, they're coming in to bring in truth and disclosure like we've never seen. The energy of truth, Excalibur. Woo, the world better watch out. And they're coming in. I heard the word economies. Yeah. They're coming in for, is this a financial system? I'm looking to see what else Spirit could show me, but I just see the word economies in the financial system. Disclosure for some sort of groups of people that work in economies. What are they coming here for? Healing, cleansing, warrior. Once again, there's that sword. Truth. Swords represent truth and disclosure and information in the tarot. Quick, cutting truth. And once again, we have economies, money, cryptos. I'm just telling you what I see. This is not what I was expecting. Or an upgrade. This is definitely an upgrade. Assistance in our struggle. Spirit, what is this coming in? Okay, we have two cards. We have healing. We have cleansing. And I'm hearing the words cleansing the vampires and rescuing people in difficult positions. And many people will be put in a very difficult position if they do not leave the earth. That's not people. This is that vampiric energy. Captured. Healing for the earth. So they're not coming to directly interface with the economies, but it will affect, this is high vibrational, and timeline shift. But it's going to be truth and disclosure. Everything that's been lying, everything that's been deceptive, all the intelligence agencies, corruption, all the stock market, all the insider trading, all the manipulation, it's assistance to help continue with sword. And then we have here truth, justice, and quick disclosure. Sword, moving lies. We're moving lies out. Moving lies. So that is coming in for the quantum financial system, 0-point technology. So for the old world or the new world, aka Sheen, so confusing. Yeah, let's see. This help for humanity. The asteroid is representing help for humanity. Whoa, look what fell out, Shauna. Financial independence. The financial queen of the deck. The angel of money and abundance. Yeah, this help is coming in for our financial system. They're not coming in to do the work to give us the financial system. The financial system is already there. What I'm seeing is they're coming out to clean house so that the financial system can rise up. 0 point technology. I want to ask about that. That's something I'm not familiar with. Richard says again, with Ishmael, the future timeline money is connected to your energy. Cleanse our energy. They're coming in to cleanse the energy so that our money can become independent. 0 point technology, spirit. 0 point technology. Distance. Earth grid. I'm seeing like the Tesla coil. Free energy. Whoa. Foreign investments, foreign connection, connecting the whole world in a grid, connecting nations, distance money, distance. It's 9/11 right now. I saw 9/11 on my call. The intuitional money. I'm tapping into the energy of 0 point technology. Okay, what is this? Because I don't know much about it, so I'm curious. This is the ability to connect things to distance. So there is no distance. You can connect it. It's internet. But it's free energy based. It's connected to the energy grid of Earth. Once again, Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is your intention. The money is connected to your intention. This is what I saw when driving in the car. Tell me if it resonates, y'all. I was daydreaming about something while doing my DoorDash deliveries, and all of a sudden I got this brand new idea of, and I don't think it's brand new, but the energy of money and how it's going to be connected in this new financial system. And it's like, if you deal with your money, okay, let's say you've got your money, okay, and you go and you give it to you go buy bread with it. It registers on a frequency scale, like the emotional tone scale in L. Ron Hubbard's work. That emotional tone scale. So yeah, you need food. That's, I don't know, 40 hertz. And then, yeah, oh, you're giving to the person on the street in this thing. Yes, that's 200 hertz. And oh, you're saving up for your heritage and you're spending it to increase wealth. That's 400 hertz. Okay. So you have hertz, but then let's say you take your money and you say, I'm going to give it to Haiti, but then I'm going to do it through this and this and this. And then it's going to be going for the children, supposedly through the Clinton Foundation. Did I just say that? And it's going to be going to the Clinton Foundation to give money to the children in Haiti. But then you secretly know once it gets to Haiti, it's going to be hijacked to buy weapons. Well, when you make that transaction, because your intention, your thoughts have frequency, it registers at like a negative 50.6. And all of a sudden it goes ping, 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 ping. This was a transaction with a 0 hertz energy field. Because it read your intention through that quantum technology. It read the intention. Supposedly it's going to Haiti to feed the children, but it's going to be hijacked to be used for something totally different. Maybe even just something like it's going to be going to build a building in your apartment over there in your vacation land. I don't know. But it wasn't going to where it was because the intention you sent it with had a 0 frequency. I'm thinking that's what I keep seeing when I see the Queen of Wands connected to the financial system. Somehow it's going to read your energy and give you a number, or maybe even spit out your full intention and say, meh, no, you said you're going to give it to that, but it's going to something else. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. Maybe the solar flare is getting to my head. Okay, let me read your comments and see if I'm crazy. Free energy, Ruth. Yes, it's definitely something with free energy. Shauna says, remote viewer Dick Algar says that XRP will be related to the spread of a virus from person to person. Freaky. And I'm wondering if that's an energetic virus, sort of like how you can catch it in. We definitely could pull cards on that, but I did get XRP is going to dwindle at least this year, but I didn't, or in the next few months or year, but I didn't get that it would be used for something negative. But we can definitely look at that at our next financial membership chat. Plans for XRP. Shauna says free energy will probably be related to the ether. 0 point technology, free energy, but will be related to the ether. Like the law of tenfold return, Richard says, in that outflow is more remunerative than inflow. Give and get back. Thus, opportunity to give is to receive. Yes, definitely a brand new energy that can sort of respond to your vibration. Like if you have a goodness, a higher vibration, you get more back. Definitely you can get more back. Okay, so let's get a timeline here for this asteroid and the actual disclosure coming in. And Spirit, what can you tell us about this disclosure coming in and the new finances coming in? Crypto rising, gold and silver rising. What can you tell us to free our financial system? What kind of timeline? I'm seeing 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Sun card, golden age. We're getting a 2. And the swords would represent days. We've been really stressed. So this is past energy, sleepless nights. Many of us are stressing about the coming economic shift. Queen of Wands, this would be weak. 8. And this would be, the cups. If it's weeks, yeah, I'm seeing in 2 to 8 weeks. 2 to 8 weeks. What are we going to see? What kind of disclosure are we going to see? 2 to 8 weeks is disclosure and our money will be freed. King of Cups, leadership. So these ascended beings are going to be making tremendous offers to world leaders, at least on a soul level and a spiritual level, to their higher self. So these ascended beings are going to be, I'm seeing, ripping into the world leaders, ripping into them. Like, we're here to offer you the choice. Everyone's spirit guides in the collective is offering them choices, and they're negotiating with their higher selves and with their spirit guides how they're going to go through this shift. But you, it's like they're taking them by the shirt, taking them by their kingly robes and saying, we're going to deal with you. What do you decide? Are you going to take your country into the golden age? Are you going to serve your people? Are you going to do what's good for your economies? Are you going to ascend as a world leader and take your nation with you? Or are you going to keep making your dumb A choices? It's like ascended beings are coming in to deal with the stupidness of the dark elite leaders that are starting wars, that are starting conflicts, that can't make up their mind, that don't know the truth, that don't know which side to go on. And it's like we're getting assistance to help our world leaders make a choice so that this whole world can shift on an energetic level, and that there will be no more hijacks or surprises to the timeline that keep dipping us into conflict. That keep dipping us into wars, because they don't know how to get the right blueprints. They're listening to the dark entities. They're wanting the money. They're wanting the control. And it's like these beings from this realm of this asteroid are coming in, and they're powerful. And I'm hearing the words, many of them have been world leaders before. kings, King Davids, like the King Solomons, the King Arthurs. They're mad. They're coming in mad and they're coming in hot. And they're saying it's time we pick up these words, the Donald Trumps and the Putin's included, and the Zelenskys and the Netanyahus, and we're going to cause them face to face with true leadership that have passed the test and have led their nations into better place. And they're going to be faced with kings of ascension that have been just like them, that have walked the earth, and they're going to get a real good shaking. And I'm seeing some of them grabbing them and throwing them out. And if I had to interpret this, these kings, and I say kings, but you know what I mean, political leaders, they're going to be given an offer. And if they don't choose right, they're done. They're going to be thrown out of office by cosmic forces, and they won't see it coming. They won't even have an explanation for it. Like Jerome Powell, he needs to make a choice. Like this, the treasury departments of all these nations are going to need to make a choice. The premiers and prime ministers and governors, they're going to be made a choice. Military leaders are going to be making a choice. All the grief they've caused, all the backstab and all the death, it will be their day of reckoning. The choices, I'm seeing them shaking. Do you know how the choices you made cost the lives of people? This is very negative cards. Death, backstabbing, betrayal, wounds, injury, and sadness, chaos, the war, torn, and do you not know about the choices you caused? Reckoning is coming to our leadership, and that is where we're getting a lot of help. And I don't think people understand that the ascension of this planet. I was thinking the other day, because I saw a sign, there's a person who does not support Mr. Trump, does not support Elon, and she always puts up signs. But I like seeing what she puts up, and her sign today was, famine in Gaza is a war crime. And I got to thinking, for the last 5,000 years, since the Sumerians, since we've had the earliest documents of written history, nobody's ever protested war until about 100 years ago. When you look back in the Bible days, nobody ever stood with a sign and says this war is evil. When we stood back in the days of even, Cromwell and the Civil War and the Revolutionary Wars, there was nobody that actually stood up and was like, this war is evil. It's like the whole country always supported the war. And if they didn't support the war, they joined the opposite side and fought. So for the last 3,000 years at least, I could be wrong, but for the last 3,000 years, if you didn't support a war, you jumped on the other side and fought. And the consciousness of humanity has been okay with killing each other. And for a man to be okay with shooting another man because a general told him to, how is that? How is that higher consciousness? Now we've risen to a level where we're, at least in the last 100 years, protesting war. Regardless of our beliefs, we're raising in consciousness. And because of that, regardless of whether we do things right, we didn't do things right in the Vietnam War, where humanity went and began throwing things at the soldiers coming home. That's not the way you advocate for ascension, is by throwing things at a man who just almost lost his life, and if not lost his health, because of Agent Orange and all that warfare they did. And he's coming home and you're throwing tomatoes at him? That's not ascension. But at least they had the right and the consciousness of something's not right. And the way people are able to ascend and say war is not right is actually a sign of amazing evolution for our planet. And I believe that's why we're starting to have ascended beings come in and hold our leaders accountable, because we are ascending on a higher level when it comes to the perspective of seeing the whole world, seeing ourselves as souls, seeing our fellow human as souls. Now I'm going to say something funny right here. This was some disclosure made by Tucker Carlson. I was watching a video today, and Tucker Carlson had Ted Cruz on there. Ted Cruz is all about taking out Iran, okay? All about it. So Tucker Carlson starts asking him, well, how big is the population of Iran? Ted Cruz did not know. What ethnicity are they? What culture are they? Did not know. Couldn't even name what kind of people he wanted taken out, which shows no empathy, no connection. And the host was even saying, I think he's a plant from one of those R people that are not fully human, because no empathy to realize the moment you drop an explosive, the moment somebody's body gets burned, is the moment you start ascending. When you can name the amount of people will be hurt, when you can name the type of skin color they have and how beautiful they are in their ethnicity and their culture and in their dance and in their rituals. I don't care if it's not the same religion. They're God's people. And if you can see, if I do this, people will be hurt. That's evolution. That is ascension. And I'm very happy that Tucker Carlson was able to expose that for the world to see. Is you want to you want to eliminate a whole nother country. You don't know how many people are even there. We need to know the effects of our decisions. So that was my rant. Hello, Adias. How are you? All right, everyone. This was amazing. Yes. So it's looking like the energy of the rapture is upon us. The energy of moving into a realm that's beautiful, and things will continue to get shaken up. And I believe in the next 2 to 4 weeks, continue to see the exposure, continue to watch for it. And some of the things I heard today was really don't believe everything that you hear, like really, because the media is going to try to make the WAR worse than it is, or make it sound like we're going into something major. But really, I really feel it's exposure. Calamity Jane says, Tucker's job is to start exposing people. Absolutely. Richard says, great point, Ruth, spot on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Seeing the world from the perspective of the angels and the perspective of humanity, are all creatures of light, is some of the most beautiful perspectives you can have. Now, I love it when I go outdoor dashing and I get to see people, but I also laugh because I love people because I don't bring them home with me. I have my cat, so I get to be with people throughout the day, and then I get to go home. So I know people aren't always easiest, but seeing it from the spiritual perspective is the key to ascending our world. And that is what I'm committing this channel to, is seeing the world from a perspective of higher consciousness. So give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Together in light, we will rise. Shauna says, OMG, Perez said he can't rule out that this would happen or start June 19th. I wasn't sure what he meant. OMG, so big changes these next few days and next few weeks. Yeah. He said he was 99% sure or suspecting that this rapture energy would start tomorrow. And I've been skeptical of different kinds of the different types of rapture, partly because I've been through the church movement and taught so many different kinds of raptures. And so I've been really skeptical. All I can go on is this feeling inside of these beautiful worlds colliding, a world of higher consciousness and the darkness fading away. All I can say is I'm going forward, and it feels amazing. Richard says, so riding horses along the beach in a wetsuit, enjoy your vacation. Yes, I appreciate that. I leave for this beautiful retreat. There will be singing bowls, and there will be some feminine healing there. And I leave this Sunday. Don't worry, I have somebody watching my house. It will be perfect. Let's watch the news. We may see some pretty wacky stuff tomorrow. Yes. And I'm really expecting watch this asteroid because it's carrying in spiritual saints and angels. This asteroid is carrying the energy of saints and angels, and they're going to get settled on this earth. And so from tomorrow till next week, yes. And send me news articles because I won't have the internet, okay? So send it to me on Telegram, y'all. Keep me focused so at least on the plane I can catch up to all the news. Watch the financial shift happen when I'm in the UK and I have no clue because my phone is off. That would be amazing. Okay, everyone. As a reminder, if you would like to sign up to my newsletter, go ahead and go to my website. And you can sign up for my newsletter in this little box right here, www.violetflame.net. And if you sign up for the newsletter, it will be free. And you can get notifications when I go live and also when I have discount codes for readings and messages. And then also this Violet Flame membership here is where I do the private lives and the private replays. I will be live not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, July 2nd. Those of you who are members and on my newsletter will get an email. Also watch the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll get updates there as well. Calamity Jane says, saints and angels are welcomed in my home. Amen. We welcome the saints and the angels of light. Light a candle or put out a special something to say this is a token between you and I. Thank you, Shauna, and to all of you for making this so fun and informative. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you to all your support, for sending me the gifts, for sending me the support to get to this healing retreat in the UK. I will miss you. But until next time, we'll have lots to talk about. All right, everyone. Have a good evening. God bless. Together in light we rise.